The state of Harry and Meghan's marriage is a hot topic of speculation, and an upcoming royal visit to Asia might reveal the truth. It seems like every opinion writer has to quote Mark Twain once in a while, so here is mine: history never repeats itself, but it does often rhyme. This might apply to a historic moment in royal history that could happen again. Hello and a very warm welcome to British Royal Daily Updates YouTube channel. The year, 1992. The place, Seoul. The press, on the prowl. Charles and Diana, the Prince and Princess of Wales, were on an official tour in Korea, a bad idea since they hated each other. By then, Diana was so fed up with her husband that she had initially refused to go on the trip, according to respected biographer Anthony Holden. But she boarded the plane, and it was a fiasco from the start. They were so clearly unhappy with each other that the UK media dubbed them the Glums. For days, the news was not about the future of British trade with Korea or the princess's latest outfit, but about the obvious fact that their marriage was doomed. Weeks later, their official separation was announced. Now, here is where history might rhyme. 31 years later, another royal trip to Asia could tell us a lot about another royal couple. The next few days could show us how Harry and Meghan are really doing. This week, Harry and his trusty yoga mat will fly off, first to Tokyo for something called the ISB Sports Value Summit Special Edition, then to Singapore for a polo tournament to raise money for his Sentebale charity. These events will probably go as expected. The Duke will smile warmly at athletes, glare coldly at journalists, and wear only colors like navy blue, olive or white. He will also have to deal with one of those useless hotel irons, since linen will be overrepresented in his wardrobe. Will Meghan join him as well? This year, the Sussexes have gone from a cozy duo to a pair with separate public and professional lives. In the last 8 months, the Sussexes have only appeared together at 2 events, both awards shows in New York where they were either honored or honoring someone else. It was only Harry who attended his father King Charles' coronation in early May, facing the awkwardness and hostility of the rest of the royal family. It was only Harry who made 2 trips back to the UK as he continues to sue some parts of the media over allegations of historic phone hacking and illegal information gathering. And it will be only Harry who will travel to Africa to film a solo documentary for Netflix. Meanwhile, Meghan has not been wasting her time, waiting for Michelle Obama to accept her offer for a bike ride. In April, it was revealed that Meghan had signed on with Hollywood super agent Ari Emanuel, who might be able to revive and refresh her stagnant career like some enthusiastic makeover expert on changing rooms. Since then, aside from some paparazzi shots of them having dinner at San Vicente Bungalows, a Montecito sushi place and a local Italian place that celebrities like, they have only done one joint charity event together. No wonder, then, that there have been rumors. Rumors and claims that things might not be rosy for the Sussexes, only 5 years into their marriage. In May, The Telegraph ran a story titled, "The Sussexes are stressed, strained and lacking romance like any couple with young kids," which claimed that the signs are bad as Harry and Meghan seem to be going in different directions. The piece included this shocker: they are so independent from each other that the owner of a leading hotel chain in Montecito recently told the Daily Telegraph they have a room reserved for Harry where he sometimes stays on his own. A source also said that Los Angeles' exclusive members club San Vicente Bungalows was the Duke's escape place. Still, the same source also said, they are really happy together. But at the end of the day, they've been through a lot and I think they've both felt quite worn down by it all. In July, Radar Online reported that Harry and Meghan were spending time apart and used the phrase, trial separation. Right away, an insider close to the couple told Page 6 of the Radar claim, it's untrue. It's totally made up. Then last week, we saw what looked like Harry and Meghan's second attempt at a comeback in 3 months. In quick succession, there was a video of them calling the first recipients of support from the Responsible Technology Youth Power Fund something they have never done when giving out charity money. That very same day, they were photographed leaving a local restaurant where they were reportedly celebrating ahead of the Duchess' 42nd birthday, something that has never happened before when it comes to marking her big day. People magazine was also doing their part to get a Sussex naissance going, running a story that offered up a series of explanations for things having gone so wrong for Sussex Incorporated. According to the mag, when it came to their Spotify deal, they were given no formal guidance, and things moved very slowly on both ends. Some argue Prince Harry and Meghan are being held to a higher standard than others in show business, the piece claimed. With the right projects and people around them, a second act is within reach, people reported, quoting an insider as saying, "I think within Hollywood, people are rooting for them." So, are Harry and Meghan full of zest, zeal and enthusiasm for their next chapter? So happy they still leave love notes for each other on the matcha tin? Unhappy? Going off to hotels for some breathing room and to indulge themselves with room service club sandwiches? All we have at this point are questions. What this week represents is the first real public test of how things are really going for the Duke and Duchess. If the 42-year-old and her perfect wardrobe show up in Japan, then it would seem we are back to normal and everything is business as usual for the couple. Meanwhile, a Tokyo hotel chef will have to figure out how to make the heart-shaped waffles they have requested as they enjoy a kid-free mini-break. But if the Duchess is not by her husband's side, it will only fuel the bad omen fire. It might be a quick international trip they would have to make without their kids, but they have done that before, when they traveled to the UK and the Netherlands last year for what was supposed to be a 5-day series of charity engagements. Her late Majesty passed away only 2 days into their trip, meaning they ultimately spent 2 weeks back in Britain. So, it's time to test the waters. Will Meghan show up in Tokyo and Singapore? Will Harry look sad, lonely and sweaty? Japan is in the midst of a heat wave. Will love win? And how will all that linen? In 1720, the South Sea bubble was the world's first real market crash. In 2023, it's the Sussex bubble that seems to be deflating. In hindsight, it's very unfortunate that the Duchess chose to wear a $5,310 lemon Oscar de la Renta dress in 2021 for a promotional Spotify video, given that's largely what the Sussexes' careers are looking like. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal recently reported that Netflix will not renew their contract when it finishes, and The Sun quoted a source saying of their relationship with the streamer, "The feeling is that the lemon has been fully squeezed." Which I think makes the Duke and Duchess of Sussex the lemon water of Hollywood. Now, this week, we have gotten this better up report and the claim that Harry earns millions for doing what sounds like nothing. Well, maybe nothing plus his ping pong skills. When Harry and Meghan started their lucrative deals 3 years ago, they were at the peak of their popularity. They were a new and exciting force in the Hollywood scene. Any company with a huge budget and a huge ambition would want to get them on board. After all, having the Sussex name and their titles on a company letterhead would guarantee global media attention that most companies only get when they cause an environmental disaster. They were like a historical monument or a medieval market in relics. Everyone wanted a piece of them, from Wall Street to Silicon Valley to entertainment giants. But now, things are not looking so good for the Duke and Duchess. While they have achieved some impressive results, such as Harry and Meghan becoming the #1 non-fiction debut on the platform, and Spare becoming the best-selling non-fiction book ever, these are not results they can repeat. They have exhausted their royal stories and their complaints and grievances. From now on, it seems like the Sussexes are not very good hires. Their non-royal ideas are laughable and ridiculous, with Harry allegedly proposing to interview Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump about their childhood wounds and wondering if the Pope could spare him some time. They have also reportedly been working on a prequel to Great Expectations that portrays Miss Havisham as a strong woman living in a patriarchal society, which sounds like some nonsense from a college student. This weekend, it was reported that they had bought the rights to a best-selling book called Meet Me at the Lake, which is about the trauma of losing a parent in a car crash, mental health, and postnatal depression. Original ideas, like synthetic fabrics and cow milk, seem to be very scarce in Montecito. The Duke and Duchess have also not been praised for having positive attitudes and willingness to work.